We're so happy to have you at the Edmonton International Film Festival. Fantastic documentary. Tell us how you two got together on this project.
Well, I was phoned one day to direct this feature film on Ray Mancini's life, and they flew me down to LA to meet him, and I kind of liked the guy.
Well,
That's not really how.
It's not how?
Yeah, it's how.
Oh, okay. I'm very fortunate to work with. I've been fortunate to work with a couple of artists, and I mean that sincerely. Mark Kriegel, the writer of the book, a wonderful writer, and what he wrote was it's the best that could be done on page. And then Jesse, when I met Jesse, he told me, look, he said, I want to stick as close to the book as possible. I want to make it. I'm making this film for you and your family, which meant a lot to me. He said, if you don't like it, it's going to be. I want you to like it. And through the process, believe me, shouldn't have been a movie made about making the movie, because we went through it's been a tough process in a way, because everyone's got an opinion, but there's only two guys here that made a movie. The whole idea was me and him, and so I don't one thing I learned about business: let those who do. He makes films. Let him do that, and so I think at the end of the day, because of the wonderful feedback and of the accolades that it's received, it proved that this guy knows how to make films a little bit. So when I was fortunate, I said, if you don't have somebody who could put it on page, what you're telling them, it's basically just air. But if you have somebody who could take those words from the page and make it come to life on screen, without that, you just got words on a page. So Mark Kriegel and Jesse James Miller are two artists, and I'm fortunate to be able to work with both of them.
Now, of course, the documentary goes beyond the book, because there's actually a meeting between you and Do Kim's widow and son. And I'm curious to hear from both of you how you approach that, because obviously very sensitive, emotional, potentially awkward. You've got cameras there. How, Jesse, did you approach it as a director?
Well, Ray told me I got one take, I got one chance at it. So just being prepared and just making sure that we were about to catch a moment that we wouldn't exist if we weren't there, of course. But Ray is so open. So by his nature, it allowed us just to have a moment with Jiwan and young me, and it was real genuine, and that's what we got.
Yeah, and there's that great moment where you're sitting on the stoop, kind of, the viewers can see kind of the anxiousness.
Yeah, and Jesse said it, because they were telling me, 10 minutes, okay, it's 5 minutes away. And at that point, anxiety started to build up. And I said to Jesse, like he said, Jesse, you got that one shot. Better make it good, because I can't do this again. I can't do it again. And Jesse said, no problem. So he lined up his cameras where he wanted, and what you saw was what you saw. There couldn't be no cut, take two. It wasn't going to be any of that, and it wasn't. And so I'm proud of that. And if you see, I was thinking, how am I going to, when I meet G1, how am I going to approach him, shake his hand, hug him, without, because I hug and kiss everybody, But in Asian culture, they're very, very formal. And I didn't want to cross that line and embarrass him or disrespect him. So it's kind of, if you watch, it's kind of like, it's awkward when I first met him. And then when he introduced me to his mother, we're bowing and bowing, it's kind of funny, but after we went in the house, everyone let the guard down, and that's when things came out. He was honest with me, how he felt about me, about meeting me, and I talked about wanting to meet him and how my thoughts about meeting him. So it just, everything came out at that time.
Is there any relationship there now, or was that just the one meeting? And
oh, no. I keep in touch through mediaries. I haven't seen him. We haven't spoken directly, but we keep in touch through mediaries. And I'm hoping, and God willing, they're talking about opening this in Korea. I know it's been seen there on like pay-per-view in Korea, but they're talking about sending it to the theaters there, where I would go over there and introduce the film, be there to meet G1 and his mother once again.
Final question to both of you. I mean, is this a collaboration that's going to continue? Jesse James Miller and Ray Mancini on other projects?
Absolutely. In fact, we're in pre-production now to do a feature film at the end of this month in Youngstown, Ohio, my hometown. And it's a project that I've had since 2006. And I said, working with Jesse, he's so good with telling a story. It's just telling stories and telling them well. And I wanted somebody like that for this particular project. It's a fictional story, but it's based on factual things, and it's a love story between a father and daughter, and the life he's perpetrating, his life he's trying to keep her from, and basically we're just saying it's Romeo and Juliet meets the mob, and that's the one-liner, but it's a beautiful story, it really is, and Jesse did a rewrite on the project. I wanted his input, and we're hoping to start shooting. The plan is October 28th of this year back in Youngstown, Ohio.
And The Good Son, we'll see it in wider distribution. How's that work?
Canada is on Super Channel, and it's going to be on NBC
In the States.
in the States. I think in December.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, look, again, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Real pleasure having you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.